What's up, guys? It's Zach the Celtics guy here. I'm back with another video and here to cover one of our favorites that we cover on this channel, or that I cover on this channel, by the name of Jair Bolsonaro, the fascist right-wing president, borderline dictator of Brazil. Now there is now another news story coming out about him. Now, who is Jair Bolsonaro bitching about today? I think that's the age-old question, and it's a day that ends in Y. He is now fighting with Leonardo DiCaprio, of all people. So in these news articles that are coming out, Hollywood stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo joined other celebrities making a final push for voters in Brazil to register a deadline on Wednesday, prompting dismissive responses from President Jair Bolsonaro. And then Jair Bolsonaro was all triggered and went full-on fucking Trumpist with regards to this. I'm glad you spoke to a Hollywood actor, Anita. It's every teenager's dream. Oh, so now he's acting, now he's playing, he's now playing games, and he's now playing Mr. Nicey Nice, but then turns around and says, quote, DiCaprio has to know that the World Trade Organization president herself has said that without Brazilian agribusiness, the world would go hungry. Bolsonaro told a group of supporters outside the presidential residency in Brasilia, adding the actor should keep his mouth shut instead of talking nonsense. Oof. Jair Bolsonaro saying that others are talking nonsense. That's funny coming from someone like Jair Bolsonaro, you know, a fascist right-winger who's a homophobe and a racist and a tyrant, and he's like I always say, he's every bad thing you can imagine, and he is every bad thing you can imagine. So it's ironic for Jair Bolsonaro to sit there and say others are talking nonsense, when literally everything Jair Bolsonaro says, 9.9 times out of 10, he talks fucking nonsense. Jair Bolsonaro denies that climate change exists. Jair Bolsonaro destroys the Amazon rainforest and displaces indigenous families, men, women, and children, you name it. Jair Bolsonaro talks nonsense when he acts like gays shouldn't be allowed to marry, gays shouldn't be allowed to have kids, and, women's rights, shouldn't be a thing. Indigenous people's rights shouldn't be a thing. Immigrants in Brazil, shouldn't be a thing either. Liberal-minded people, nope, that shouldn't be a thing either. Vladimir Putin was right to invade Ukraine. That's perfectly acceptable. Yep, so I'm just going to leave it like that. That's what Jair Bolsonaro believes in. So Jair Bolsonaro he's doing this because he's an insecure little bitch and he's a fucking man-child. And I've reiterated that several times. You know what else is nonsense, Mr. Bolsonaro? With all due respect, and I use the term respect loosely for you. It is also nonsense when you are giving aid and comfort to Janine Áñez in Bolivia, who is on trial for war crimes and crimes against humanity, and was the fascist interim president that massacred Evo Morales supporters, and you are responsible for giving aid and comfort to this fucking woman, to this fucking scumbag piece of shit woman, fucking broad, who literally led an ouster of Evo Morales, the legitimately elected leader in Bolivia. So, you're the one who's talking nonsense about everyone else, and you should shut your fucking mouth. Because you can sit there and dish it, but you can't take it. You are the exact same thing. You are no different than almost every American right-wing politician that will sit there and blame the left and talk about the left and how it's everything. You do everything that you accuse the left of doing. You are an SJW. You're a whiny little bitch. You're a fucking authoritarian, and Bolsonaro just has this authoritarian streak in him where he can't take anything. He cannot take any criticism whatsoever. He is the type. He can dish it. He can spew all this fucking disgusting garbage about everybody else, but God forbid when someone stands up to him, then he throws a fit because he's a whiny little fucking bitch. He's like 90% of the world's right wing of today, because it's actually the right wing that is full of most of the SJWs. And Bolsonaro is a right-wing SJW. And this is why he acts like a dictator and he acts like a fucking tyrant. Because he's a man-child. Just like he does against Glenn Greenwald. Because he's a man-child. He's a little fucking bitch. So, he says he talks to thousands of Brazilians every day. They're not famous, but they are the compass for our decisions because no one defends and knows more about Brazil than its own people. Yeah, actually that's true, but here's the thing. The vast majority of your own people can no longer stand you at this point. Jair Bolsonaro has like a fucking 20-something% approval rating amongst his people. Because they know that he is a joke and he's an embarrassment to Brazil on the world stage. And Bolsonaro is easy to defeat. And the longer Bolsonaro is in power in Brazil, the more long-term the damage he is causing is going to last. The damage to the environment, the damage is done about climate change, the damage to Brazil's democratic institutions, the damage that he's causing to Brazil's international relations, their international reputation, and human rights in Brazil, you name it. Like, Bolsonaro he's that bad of a guy. Like, he's that bad of a guy. And I'm not just throwing around, oh, he's a racist and a tyrant and he's a homophobe and everything else. I'm saying that because it's true. He is a homophobe and he's a tyrant. He's made horrible comments about gay people. He's made horrible comments about racial minorities, religious minorities, liberals, women, feminists, everybody else. He says this about everybody. He's a fucking he's a garbage human being. He's a garbage leader. He's a fucking trash fire and a dumpster fire, and he's turning Brazil into a fucking cesspool. He's turning Brazil into a fucking right-wing neo-Nazi cesspool, which is exactly what the right wing does with their power. Whenever the right wing touches, they destroy. And that's what this is showing. So, what's Bolsonaro going to do next? He's going to sit there and cry and and bitch and complain and fucking throw his arms around like he always does. It's no different. Like, it's not like Leonardo DiCaprio is making it's like making these criticisms, and then Jair Bolsonaro like will respond saying, I disagree with them because of X, Y, and Z. No, he's sitting there saying, oh, you should shut up. You shouldn't sit there and say this. Hey, dumb fuck, aren't you supposed to represent a democracy? Okay, you claim that you are a democratic leader. But no democratic leader is going to tell their opponents to shut up. You know who does that? A fucking dictator, a fucking tyrant, which is exactly what you are. Jair Bolsonaro is a fucking tyrant. And he knows it's true deep down. That's why he gets so triggered. Because he also knows that if Lula da Silva or some other moderate left-winger or moderate right-winger who got in there would absolutely destroy Bolsonaro, like no question about it. But Jair Bolsonaro has responded much like his fucking martyr Donald Trump is fucking reeing and spewing fucking nonsense every time someone dares to stand up to him and dares to disagree with them. It's a fucking joke. This is the legacy of the right wing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens, and this is what we're seeing today. Jair Bolsonaro is responding like a little bitch, and he can't take any criticism whatsoever. And now you got this, and I encourage these people to tell others to go and criticize and to stand up, and this guy needs to be fucking, like, whatever Brazilians do with this guy, that's for the people of Brazil to decide. But I don't call for the overthrow of other leaders because I don't think it's my place. From a social democratic perspective, I don't take that kind of approach. But I obviously do not support military intervention anywhere unless it's self-defense. I only support overthrowing governments by legitimately ousting them from power. But I do support what these actors are doing, and they're doing transparent reporting that Jair Bolsonaro is being exposed literally everywhere, because that's what needs to happen. Jair Bolsonaro needs to be exposed at every turn. He needs to be criticized and condemned at every turn. In every single iota of criticism and isolation that he's suffering, he deserves. He deserves every single bit of it. He deserves every bad thing that there is, because Jair Bolsonaro is a bad leader, is a bad person, and he needs to be he needs to be removed from power sooner rather than later by any means, you name it. Because the future of Brazil is not looking so good, and hopefully they can get this guy out and they can repair the damage that this guy has caused. It's going to take a long time, but at least Brazil will return to the community of nations like they were before under Lula, like they were amongst other leaders. And no matter what, it's going to be better than this guy, because this guy is the worst of the worst. It's just another day of Jair Bolsonaro throwing a temper tantrum and not having any self-awareness. It's a day that ends in Y. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to wrap it up with this video. But thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back at some point with more videos coming up soon. Stay tuned for more and more videos on the way. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching. See y'all again in the next video. See y'all again next time. I'll try to upload something maybe later, if not tomorrow, before I go back to work on Saturday to work the weekends. But I'll be back soon. See you all again next time in the next video. I'll see you all again next time. And I wish the people of Brazil the best of luck. And I hope that they can return to the democratic community of nations where they were before. Because with Jair Bolsonaro, it is not possible. It is not possible with someone like him running the joint. Because this guy, what they do more harm than good. And they barely do any good. Peace out.